What's up, guys? It's your boy, the Bad Wolf, once again bringing you some more interesting information. So what do we have going on today? Well, we're going to be talking about right to travel. But wait, not from me. You're going to hear it from a sheriff himself. A former retired sheriff is going to be bringing you information on right to travel. Oh yeah, you're not going to want to miss this. So this specifically goes out to all the trolls and naysayers out there who don't believe in this. Well, let me ask you this. Why have police and sheriffs and federal agents and whoever else reached out to me asking me about this information and have thanked me for showing them how to correct their status and information that they didn't know about right to travel? Why have they been in my seminars and been like, I never knew this was a thing. They never teach us this. I've checked your information out for myself. You are factual. So, yeah. All right. So before we get going, I want to once again thank everybody for watching my information. So you have to understand, I've been doing this since I was right around 9 or 10 years old. And I just assumed that most people either knew about this, or if they did know about the differences between the corporation laws, which are corporate or legislative, and the Constitution of the United States and the Supreme Court. I assume that a lot of key people knew this, but over the years, I found out that they don't. Most of them don't. Less than 1% knows any of this information and knows how to use it correctly. So, you know what? How about let's just get to the goodies so we can get to the good stuff. So don't forget to hit that bell, like, subscribe. If this is your first time here, make sure you check me out on YouTube underneath James C. Wolf, or youtube.com/@thebadwolf. I'm also at blacksite32.com. And you can support by going to the Wolf Pack on YouTube, which is on my main channel, clicking the join button, or you can just support over at Patreon underneath James C. Lovett. I don't have any videos up yet, but I will in the future. But if you just want to help for now, hey, appreciate you and your support. Otherwise, let's take a look and hear from Eddie Craig. So I'm not going to play his entire video because I don't know how, if he wants to share it like that or whatever. So we're going to go through some clips. But how you guys can find out more information on him is by simply typing in on YouTube, Eddie Craig, Right to Travel, and finding his information. Now, I do believe he offers a PDF. I don't know if it's for pay or for free. So if it's not, I apologize in advance. However, I was able to find his travel script by going to Google and typing in Right to Travel, Eddie Craig .pdf. So if he does sell it, by all means, go to his website if he has one and support him. If not, and they are free, then just, I guess, go and find it like everybody else. So without further ado, we're going to take a look. I'm going to play just certain clips and aspects of his information. Like I said, I don't want to copy and use his stuff without his permission. So Eddie Craig, if you do see this in the future, I thank you in advance for allowing me to use a couple of clips to help share your information. So let's go. See, unlike other people, I'm not going to critique and go, this is bad, this is good, okay, unless, it's obviously something you should not be doing, okay? So these things are things you can do, all right? But I will say this. From my perspective, the best way you can do right to travel is by watching my other videos on right to travel and closing out all of your contracts. Because once done properly, your driver's license, your license plate, and your account, these are the things you all need to give back and close. The last one is done with the right to surrender form that you have to get at the DMV location itself. Not all of the people behind the counter are going to know what it is, so if they don't know what it is, please go and talk to the supervisor of the DMV, okay? If they give you a hard time and absolutely won't let you sign anything, I do have a form that you can use in place thereof, which is available on blacksite32.com. But I do suggest you doing it the administrative way first. From there, okay, your car should also be placed in a trust, okay, a private or foreign trust. Remove it from their system. You're going to essentially sell it to your own trust, okay? And you're going to create that to be private or foreign. Once you do all these things, you also have to keep in mind that you still have to respect the officers on the road who do not know what this information is. This does not make you above the law. This does not give you special abilities. This puts you back under the Constitution, which is supported by the Supreme Court with your right to travel. Also, you're going to want to look into your insurance. Okay, so a lot of people don't know this, but their homeowner's insurance will cover their vehicle. Some places, though, all of them who offer car or auto insurance are supposed to cover you, but some may not. Okay, some have programs you don't know about, and otherwise, you're also supposed to look up foreign driver car insurance. Okay, do all of your research before getting going, and as always, self-govern and obey the rules of the road. Okay, now, without further ado, let's take a closer look, shall we? Former Texas Deputy Sheriff Eddie Craig on Right to Travel traffic stop script with Washington State rules.
Now, what I'm going to talk about today for the most part are your rights, especially when it comes to things like public service and servant encounters involving traffic stops, sidewalk stops, public building stops, so on and so forth. It would surprise you to a great degree just how much the American people are no longer in touch with what their basic, common, unalienable rights actually are. We've been indoctrinated into surrendering them to the state and to those that we judge to be an authority over.
I've been telling you guys this since day one. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a part of the state or enjoying their benefits, but if you enjoy all of them, then you're under their jurisdiction while in the act thereof.
Telling us about what we have as far as rights are concerned and how they actually treat us in regard to those rights are very much in contrast and in contradiction to each other. But by doing it slowly over time, the way they're doing it, most people have gotten to the point where they don't even notice any longer that they have been deprived of those rights until it's far too late. This is the transportation script that I wrote and am currently recommending for use whenever you're engaged in any type of public interaction.
Now, it looks like here his site you can find information is Tao of Law, TAOOFLAW.com.
Or something of that nature. So that being said,
I do believe he possibly has a YouTube channel with that, so look that up for more information from him.
One thing I've got here on the transportation script is it's best for you to memorize as much of the actual questions portion as possible. The instruction portion, don't have to worry about memorizing. You just need to know the basic premise of why the instructions are what they are so that you can apply them properly to the questions and the context in which you're having to use them. That being said, one of the major rules I stress vehemently to the people in my class is you're no longer in the world of rights and safety. You're in a world of government intolerance of the very people that empower and create it. The government wants you to be its subject, not the other way around.
So let me break this part down to you.
Ever again, without some form of recording
the
device,
state government has the ability to offer and provide you with the privilege, benefits, and licensing of driving. Driving itself is a term in Black Law's dictionary which means commercial, a driver, to drive. Okay, that's a profession. So when you go and apply for that, you'll find that most people don't actually even qualify to have a driver's license. There are many levels to it, but we'll just say the average person doesn't drive unless you're using the road for profit, commerce, you're engaged in traffic, okay? The buying and selling of goods on the open roads, because those roads are owned by the people. So if you're going to be using the people's roads, you have to pay a tax because you're making money in the roads off of what we've already paid for. So he's talking about a general driver's license, whereas you still have all of your things in effect. Now, I guess technically here's where I would differ from him, because I would say remove all of your contracts and then everything would apply. He's talking about basically having your rights and still using your vehicle as you normally would. For me, that's a mixing of jurisdictions. And here's why. The Supreme Court already ruled that if you're going to enjoy somebody's benefits, you can't then go back and complain to the Supreme Court that they are denying you of your rights. Does that make sense? So he's right, and I love the fact that he is a sheriff and who is now on our side, such as many other police officers out there right now. I've talked to a number of them, okay, who have admitted to me they didn't know what this information is, and now will be acting accordingly, we'll just say. Why? Because what happens is when you inform a cop of your rights and you've done everything correctly per my videos, okay, their state immunity is waived. What then happens is you can go after them in, various ways, we'll just say. And by all means, I never file false claims or liens or whatever else, okay? Never do that. But you're giving your fellow national who is currently in the position of being foreign to the United States an option to correct his lack of knowledge, we'll say. All right, so I won't correct him, but according to what I've read, you can't enjoy the benefit and then complain about it later. So if you're going to think you're going to go to the Supreme Court or the Federal District Court and argue out your case, and this is something I didn't know, okay? But knowing me, how I know contracts, my thought was always you have to get out of those contracts. You're not clean, okay? You have to remove that which has been invested in you, which prevents you from enjoying your true rights and freedom. So let's go on a little bit more.
Don't leave home without something that records. Anytime you find yourself in a situation where you are about to have to deal with a public servant, I don't care if it's someone you've known for years, but you are going to see them in their official capacity as whatever they are, a court clerk, court of record clerk, the county clerk, whatever, you record that encounter. You never know what your public servants are going to attempt to do at any given time anymore. Police officers are being trained to treat us as the enemy. They are first and foremost the ones you have to watch.
And this is coming from a former sheriff, deputy sheriff.
Police officer, or any other type of officer, if you're not recording the encounter. All right, now in the transportation script, you'll notice the yellow highlighted area at the top, the do's and don'ts. These are very important things you need to know. You don't have to memorize these, you just have to know why they exist and what they are for.
Now here he's calling it the traffic stop script.
Read you your rights before questioning or searching you if they have placed you in a custodial arrest. Now, one of the things that most people in Texas do not know is that every time you are stopped for an alleged transportation stop,
listen to this,
you are already in a custodial arrest.
So that either it is, am I free to go or am I being detained? Well, this is just an investigation, so I'm not free to go. That's correct. Okay, then I'm being detained. It's no either or. Matter of fact, the moment they turn on their emergency lights, they're actually committing a federal violation because they're declaring a state of emergency and there is no emergency. Unless you're in the active moment of something that is illegal. Criminal, in fact, we should say.
The reason they're doing this is to get you to start talking freely. Because
sir, is anything I say right now, can it be used against me? Yeah, it can? Okay, then guess what? I don't have to answer that. I don't answer questions. But you need to, nope, I don't answer questions. Even your ID in most places is not required to identify unless you're being accused of a crime.
Any form of traffic stop, you are already in a custodial arrest, and you need to act accordingly.
There you go.
That being said, when you look at this and you read 543.001 through 009 of the Texas Transportation Code, you will see that that's the case. You'll also see that the reading of your rights is a mandatory requirement that works in your favor.
And almost none of them do that. They just want to get over with. But see, if you're recording, okay, have a camcorder in your dash, let it run. Turn on your phone, let it run. That little mistake right there can get your case thrown out.
To do it. So these are the things you need to be aware of.
And you must verbally assert your rights. So if you don't assert your rights, then what happens is they assume that you are a 14th Amendment U.S. citizen. How do they know that? Because your plates, your driver's license, your vehicle's registered.
Admitting that what he's accusing you of, the regulable activity of transportation, is actually applicable to what you're doing to your car and to your actions and
Facts.
to you personally, when in fact it isn't.
There you go. My beautiful little trolls out there. Please tell me. I mean, this is coming right from
that's your first mistake.
an officer of the law.
One of our major rules is there's three parts to this. You shut up, you keep shutting up, and when you've done that, you shut
This
up.
information right here,
Now we'll get to that in the do's and don'ts in the next one here.
that particular information right here, I heard directly from a set of lawyers. You have the right to not incriminate yourself. Leave all of the burden of proof. Were you out drinking tonight? Oh, you're not going to answer me, or you don't understand? I have the right to remain silent, right? I have the right to not incriminate myself, right? I don't answer questions. That's all you got to do. Legally, in almost all areas, all you have to do is you can roll down your window on just the driver's side, no more than 1 inch. Okay? That's all that they need. I'm not going to go into details why. All I'm going to say is on your side, one inch down, it's enough for sound to get out and no air to get out. Keep all other windows closed. Hand your ID out. Let them run it, scan it, whatever you're using for identification, however you have yourself situated. Did you know this? Did you know this? Where are you coming from? How long have you been there? How many did you have? I'm sorry, I don't answer any questions. So I have the right to go, or am I being detained? Well, you can't go. Okay, so I'm being detained. You need to get out of the car. Is that an order, or are you asking? Because if you're asking, I don't have to do anything. If you're ordering me, I'm not a officer or federal or state employee, and I haven't committed any crime. So, no thank you. And I'm not going to answer any questions at all. That's it. Leave the burden of proof on them. So we're going to cover a couple more minutes here. Like I said, the whole thing is about an hour, but I just want to give you guys a brief clip. Not taking anything away from this man and his work. So thank you once again. Well, I was going to say for law enforcement, I guess he's former, for knowing the actual law and standing up for our rights and freedoms.
Right now, let's finish this up. Oh, can you back up, please? Okay. Since they never read you your rights and you are in a custodial arrest and the officer is lying to you about the custodial arrest, you need to make sure you know that, okay? You are always...
They have the right to lie to you.
Okay, now pump that up.
Sir, I can't talk to you. You officers have been known to lie. I can't take anything as truth, so never answer an officer's questions. This is what he just said.
There's no requirement for you to give them anything that they want. Yes, Texas law says you have to give them a license, you have to give them registration, you have to give them proof of
Because you have their plates and car and your car and vehicle in their system.
The law is attempting to make it mandatory that you waive a protected right.
Can't do that.
In order to exercise some alleged privilege or exercise an actual right of another type. And it can't do that. No law can do that.
It might be legal in the corporation, but it's not lawful, which is true law in the federal district court and the Supreme Court.
Right to remain silent, use it. However, remaining silent does not mean become a deaf mute. You still need to talk and you still need to respond in certain ways. It's just not going to be in a way that implicates you or provides them with evidence or information they can use against you. That's what be silent means. Not stop everything. It simply means don't be saying and doing anything that helps them and hurts you.
You have the right to not incriminate yourself.
A major three-part rule about everything here, and that is everything that comes out of your mouth has to be directed to one of three specific purposes: invoking a right, demanding a right, or protecting a right. If anything you're saying or doing isn't intended to do one of those three things, then you're doing the wrong thing.
There you guys have it. A little bit on right to travel, right from the proverbial horse's mouth, okay? Former Deputy Eddie Craig, breaking it down here for you. I highly suggest you guys support this man and his work. Once again, I believe his website is TAO, T-A-O, of O-F, law, L-A-W.com. Should be able to find him on YouTube underneath either that name or his own name, Eddie Craig, Sherrif, right to travel, traffic stop script. Boom. Get it, guys. Go check him out. The Badwolf's out of here. I got more videos to make. Thank you for supporting, and I'm going to keep bringing you more fire information, proving my cause once again, so we can keep blowing the smoke out of these trolls and whatever else. And you guys who choose to, because this is not for everybody, nor can everybody do this, all right? This is, well, depending on your capacity, okay? Anybody who was born or naturalized here can do this. And if you're foreign, you can also do this. But it all must be done properly. No public agents can do right to travel. No CDL can do right to travel while earning money. And I was trying to think. Pretty much that's it. Everybody else is qualified one way or another. All right. So that's it. Take care of yourselves. Stay wise, stay woke, stay aware, and keep doing research. I will keep bringing you guys this information. And the Bad Wolf's over and out. So peace in the Middle East and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys out.